Okay, you guys, so welcome back to Save File as Paralegal. My name is Talia if you are new, and I currently work as a house counsel legal assistant here in the state of Florida. I'm also currently studying for the LSAT. And so if you're interested in that type of content, be sure to stick around by hitting the subscribe button. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Be sure to like and comment so that I know that you are here. So I started I want to take you guys on the studying journey with me as I am restudying again. This will be my third time studying for this. I started to study, fun fact, I started studying in 2018. Girl, life was lifing as it usually is, and so I tried again last year, and this year my commitment to myself was to continue with it. So I gave myself the beginning of the year off, and I was going to start studying in April. I was going to start planning in April and start studying in May, which is exactly what I did. I started planning studying again in April, and I'm giving myself 7 to 8 months. And I know you're probably saying, girl, what? When I was researching, everyone was recommending that if you want a really good score, you should study for about 4 to 6 months. But I want a really great score, so I wanted to give myself extra time. So what I did was, what I ended up doing in my research was, one, I put like the top 4 or 5 schools down. Oh, maybe it's, oh, you know, it's not my camera, it's my computer. I have a privacy screen on my computer, so excuse this black shadow, but I just created a simple list, and I can add to it and take away and add additional tabs. And so the reason why for me that was the first thing that I did, and if you guys didn't get a good shot of that screenshot, I made a rough list. That was my very first step, a rough list of the schools that I wanted to go to. In my subparts, I put the state, cost of attendance, because money is important, the median LSAT scores for their students, areas of specialty, application deadlines, application fees, application requirements, any additional fees, because as I was going through these schools, I was finding like additional fees I didn't know about. And then also percentage rate of first time bar passers. So first time bar passage, that is what was important to me. So I started off with a rough list of schools that I wanted to go to. These are schools that I either was like in my dream to go to or just in my findings. And I made a rough list, and I found all of those criterias. And what I was surprised at is everyone, of course, is always shooting for a 170, a 175, but some of your fave schools, they don't require, you know, their median score is not as high as one would think. Of course, the benefit of getting a high score is money, right? You want to put yourself in the best place to, one, get in, and 2, get grants and other scholarship money. But you know what they say, there's a will, there's a way. There are resources out there. There are ways to work around this. But I want to put myself in the best position to go to school for as free as possible. So that's why after I found that information, I then created a study plan. And what is also, check the school that you want to attend, because some of these schools, their application deadlines are in February or March, but they will take an LSAT score up until April. For instance, I seen one school in Florida that you have to turn your application and everything in by March, but they will take your June LSAT score. So that I took into consideration, of course. And that is something like, you know, all the videos I find and all the information I find, like, I've never heard of anybody say that. So I wanted to give myself, again, enough time to get the best score as possible, because we're trying to go as free as possible. And it was also important to me to see, you know, the type of programs, student life, that kind of thing, which you can't gauge online, in my opinion. And some of these programs, they offer a full-time and part-time program, which is interesting to me because I'm not sure if I'll financially be able to just go to law school for 3 years, because I don't want to live off loans. Like I said, I'm trying to go as free as possible. And so I wanted to see what type of part-time programs was out there and the stats on that as well. So now I created a plan. Now, the very first step that I did in creating my plan was I just printed off a simple dimple calendar. Mad simple. I gave myself a rest day, and I gave myself a day that was not as intense as the other days. Now, the first book I started with was Reading Comprehension, and I'll talk to you guys about that in a hot second. But my schedule, because I'm a working girl, I am scheduled to study 2 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. Sunday is my rest day, and on Saturday it is my review day. So I'm literally reviewing my incorrect answers that day and going over any notations or things that I found was important or stuck out to me in the reading. Now, one thing, because I do have my undergrad in paralegal studies, I already know how to pull out important information. We learn how to do that in school. We learn reading comprehension in school. Because paralegals, they're required to read a lot. They're required to think for their attorneys. And maybe you're finding something that your attorney didn't catch, that kind of thing. So I already know how to pull out details and things like that, which is why I gave myself Saturday to go over missed questions. I do plan on, I have a notebook, and the notebook is just for missed questions. And the good thing about a lot of these materials, it'll tell you why that is not a good option or why it's not a good answer. So yes, but I'm studying for 2 hours a day, Monday through Saturday, with Saturday being my review and or catch-up day. Sunday, I'm not thinking about it at all, unless something happens during the week. So we had a, you know, if something happens during the week, then I'll catch up on Sunday. But for the most part, mine is rested. When I began reading the reading comprehension, I realized that when I began studying for the reading comprehension portion, I realized that I was only reading for about an hour and 45 minutes. And then my mind would drift. And why I want to bring that point is when you're making your study plan, think about how much time realistically you have. I have seen some people get up early before they start their day, and that's when they do their studying because their house is quiet. They think more better in the morning. I'm not that girl. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. So, some people have other obligations, so they can't study, you know, that, which is also why I wanted to give myself additional time, because I really wanted to, you know, make sure that whatever comes up, I still am getting, you know, I'm still getting done what I need to get done. I'm still doing my reading. I'm still drilling. I'm still getting where I need to get done. So the goal is to take it in November. But if I am not in these practice tests, if I'm not scoring in the range that I want to be, I'm not taking it in November. I will take it in January. So, I currently, my schedule is studying from 6 to 8 p.m. I will push it. Like, I really like the this is weird, but I like the logical reasoning portion so that I can keep going and go over. I really like that portion, so I can read on and on and on. But this reading comprehension, it was so dull. It was so, they pulled out everything they needed to. This could have really been wrapped up in 3 chapters. But anyways, so my discipline is that I read for an hour and a half and I drill for half an hour, Monday through Friday. And then, like I said, Saturday I go over the questions that I got wrong and why I got them wrong, and I'm utilizing these free resources that are offered through PowerScore. Has some free resources, and so does Khan Academy. I've been reading a lot of the things on Khan Academy because they're really quick. So yeah, it's a really quick, you know, they're really quick reads. And once you start getting into other topics and stuff, they have videos and tutorials and stuff, and it's all free. I do plan on getting 7 Sage for the last 3 months of my studying, but I want to get through these books first so I can get a good foundation. So that's where I'm at. I finished the reading comprehension book early, so I am starting on the logic and reasoning Bible, which I like the logic and reasoning portion. That's where I scored the highest in my initial test. But I think that that's like, I don't want to be one of those people that like, oh, I don't need to study super hard on this because I'm getting that really well. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and read that book. I'm very excited about it because that's my favorite part. And then I'll let you guys know my base scores. So I know some people don't like to talk about this, but your score is going to get better as you progress. So I'll just tell you guys where I'm starting at. I'm starting between a 132 and 142, and this is why. The first time I took it like in April, I got a 142, and I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't even paying attention when I took it. I took it in May, so my goal is to take it at the end of each month while I'm doing the reading. And I'm laughing. When I wasn't paying attention, I got a 142. When I was paying attention, I got a 132. So I got a long way to go before I'm where I need to be. But if I know me, I know that I can accomplish what I set out to do. So I have just put in my mind that I can do it. I can achieve my score, and I can and deserve to get through this. So yeah, that's where I'm at currently with this LSAT. So I am cutting into my study time, and I don't want to study a minute over 8 o'clock because I have my nephew. I can't because I have to feed him, you know. So that is it. Of course, I will keep you guys updated. Drop your questions down below. I may be able to answer them. And next week we'll be talking, I'll give you guys a review on this LSAT Reading Comprehension Bible. Okay, you guys be blessed, be well. I'll see y'all next week.